Okay, so here is the uncomfortable truth most people never want to hear about making money. The biggest difference between those who get very rich and those who stay broke for their whole lives is not the economy or the amount of talent that each person has or how lucky each person is. The thing that makes the biggest difference is how each person spends their time. And the brutal truth is that if you are not making as much money as you would like to be making, it is probably because you are not spending enough time actively trying to learn how to make more money and also just spending time actively making more money. And if you are new to this channel, my name is Frederick. I just turned 36 years old and I have spent the last 10 years trying to get as rich as possible. I have spent the last 10 years reading all the books I could on personal finance. I have listened to all the podcasts that I could find on personal finance, and I have watched countless YouTube videos like the one you are watching now about how to get your finances in order. And if there is one thing I have learned in those last 10 years, it is that it is incredible how big a difference it makes whether you are just reading and listening or if you are actually applying the things that you learn in real life and actually doing the activities that can make you more money. Because one thing is to read books and listen to podcasts, but it is a completely different thing to actually do the activities necessary to make more money. The people who tend to become very successful when it comes to their personal finances are those people who have a single-minded focus on making more money and becoming richer. I think it's foolish to expect to become extremely wealthy if you don't have the same single-minded focus on that goal. And another thing that I have also noticed is that the people who tend to stay stuck financially and the people who tend to, never progressing towards their financial goals are also those people who are not devoting any time at all to these money-making activities on a daily and weekly basis. It is just very simple. If you spend time making more money and thinking about making more money and practice how to make more money, you will make more money than if you don't. And it is just a fact that we all have the same, 168 hours in a week. So we all have to ask ourselves, you have to ask yourself and I have to ask myself, how am I spending those hours? Am I spending those hours in an intelligent way that helps me progress towards my financial goals and my just goals in general in life? And 168 hours, we spend sometimes sleeping and working and commuting and cooking and cleaning our house and washing our clothes and stuff like that. But if we are honest, there is still a lot of spare time each day, each week, each month. And if we take ownership of that time and if we utilize that time in the best way possible, it is possible to get ahead in life and reach your financial goals. You just have to be disciplined with your time and prioritize that you actually spend the spare time that you have on activities that will bring you closer to reaching your goals. And now, being 36 years old, I can clearly see that, of course, I have made a lot of progress, and being in the top 5% of people my age regarding net worth in Denmark is a big accomplishment, and I'm really happy and proud about that. But I can't just see that I spend too much time reading more books and listening to more podcasts. And instead, I should have applied the knowledge that I had in the real world, and I should have practiced my money-making skills in the real world sooner. But unfortunately, I waited for quite some time, and I feel like my breakthrough came 2 years ago, not 2 years ago, maybe 1 year and 10 months ago when I started this YouTube channel, and I actually started applying myself and my skills and my knowledge in the real world. And now with this YouTube channel, I am very on the edge of my comfort zone. I'm testing and applying my skills. I'm getting better. I'm trying new things. I'm getting paid to make these videos because I'm actually providing real value in the world by producing videos that help and motivate and inspire and entertain other people. It's not like I'm making life-changing money from this YouTube channel yet, but I still have this feeling of momentum and progress, and I am pretty confident that if I keep applying my skills and if I keep pushing myself beyond my comfort zone and learn new stuff and provide more value, I am pretty confident that this YouTube channel will eventually transform my life financially and also in many other ways. It already has transformed my life in many other ways, just not financially yet. Because this is what really wealthy people do. They spend all their time, like I'm spending all my spare time on this YouTube channel now. They spend all their time on an activity like this YouTube channel. And then after many years of dedication and hard work, they all of a sudden look like an overnight success. And that is what happens to most people who end up making a lot of money. And I feel like if I just do what most very successful and rich people do, I will most likely also become successful and financially in a better place as a result of doing this work. And you are probably thinking that you don't have the time to start a YouTube channel or pursue your own side hustle or do these money-making activities in your spare time. But in the next few minutes, I will try to share what I did to create time to be able to make these videos and grow my YouTube channel. Okay, first of all, I quit all my subscriptions to streaming services. I don't have a Netflix, I don't have Amazon Prime, I don't have any of that shit. I don't spend any time watching television or movies or Netflix series. And I also made a rule for myself that I'm only allowed to watch long-form YouTube videos on Sundays after I have uploaded a YouTube video myself. And this is just something that I do to protect my time, because for most people, their whole lives just disappear on the couch in front of the television. And if you want to be very rich and successful, it is probably a good idea to not spend the majority of your time watching Netflix movies and series. I'm also very conscious of my screen time on my phone, and I have a limit of maximum 1 hour of social media on my phone per day, which is also something that really helps me stay focused and disciplined, and I'm not wasting away time scrolling on social media on my phone. And then the second thing that I do is that I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning every single day of the week. And it is very rare that I wake up later than 5. I also wake up at 5 on the weekends, and it is just, in my opinion, the ultimate life hack if you want to get more stuff done in your life. When I wake up at 5, I have almost like an entire day before my workday begins at my 9 to 5. And in this time, I spend all my time pursuing my goals and trying to make my dreams come true. I work out at the gym, I journal, I sit in silence and meditate, I write scripts for new YouTube videos, I edit YouTube videos. I'm basically spending this time as time that will help me reach my goals and fulfill my dreams in life. And you have to make some compromises, and for me, I feel like waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning is just the easiest way to get more stuff done in your life, and I can highly recommend you do the same. And then the third thing that I do is that I always make sure to spend less than I make. I always make sure to live below my means, and it is pretty straightforward. If you want to be able to take risks in life, you have to have some money and you have to have some time that you can actually put on the line and risk. And I think it's very hard to start out things like this YouTube channel or other side projects if you don't have an emergency fund and if you don't have savings. It just gives you freedom, flexibility, and opportunities having money saved up, and it is overall just a better position to be in. So yeah, that's the video. To finish it off, I would just say that it is actually pretty simple, this stuff, and your 9 to 5 is not the thing right now that is killing your dreams. The way that you are spending your spare time right now is the thing that is killing your dreams. And if you are not financially where you want to be, take a good hard look at how you spend your time and make sure you spend as much time as possible on money making activities in the real world. And I truly believe that if you start to treat money as your top priority, and if you start to actually invest time into making more money, your life will change, and this is something that will help you achieve your goals in the long run. And with that said, thank you very much for watching the video. If you're curious about my net worth as a 36-year-old living in Copenhagen, there will be a video up here where I give you all the details. And with that said, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.